All right, let's just make sure we are live. Yes, we are live. Good morning, guys. Pattay's Performance checking in for a weekly live. Just want to say congratulations to Mrs. Pattay's Performance. She is here on time.
I was here first. I was just opening a window.
If memory serves me correct, you haven't been on time in, what, the last 2-3 lives?
Let's highlight the positives.
Late as usual. But like I said, it's the first time for everything. Corona has affected us.
I hope.
Corona has affected us in many ways. If that means you're on time, that's a good thing.
Well, my commute lately has literally been from one room of the house to the dining room table to teach. So.
Hey, what's up, Ken? On my way home from work.
Dang, Ken.
Very nice. I just got in not too long ago.
Hence, wait, hold on. Can I highlight? Can everyone tell that he just got home a little while ago? Can we check out the fresh shower? Check out, you really should turn your head a little bit more so they can appreciate the bouffant at the top and the fresh curls in the back.
Yeah, but then I got to cover the bald spot. So,
And for all my friends across the pond, he enjoys using Irish Spring soap since he's run out of the soap that his mommy bought him that had the dollar bills inside. From December to March, it took him to wear that soap down. So he's an Irish Spring soap user. If I keep tickling him, honey, you're not hiding your bald spot. Hi, Mando.
Good morning, Mando. Good morning, Mr. Froud. How are you? I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to respond to all you guys, so just give me a second. I'll let her do the talking, and I can. Poster boy for L'Oreal. Nope, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for mane and tail. You know, the horse conditioner and shampoo that Doug Sweeter at Bob Mudmo's recommended. I mean, I just got to fill this void. That's all.
So I have a funny story for you, Ken. Like, total sidetrack, which I'm so good at sometimes. So I think I've told you guys before. So my father, back in the day, so I've come from a family that was a bit diverse. So everybody in the family, bunch of mechanics, not necessarily like by trade. What'd you do? Stop. You're killing me. See, he plugs in his phone and he ruins things.
It's actually your phone.
So all the guys in the family by trade mechanics. Not by trade mechanics, but they all could turn a wrench for sure. My father, as I told you, he worked for Grumman's. He built fighter planes. When Northrop took over and they took over Grumman's and you couldn't be building the fighter planes like you used to, they had a mass exodus of workers. And my father was smart enough before they came out with this awful deal for most of the workers at the time. My father and a bunch of the old timers at the time, they cut their own deals and they bumped ship before the Northrop took over officially. And believe it or not, my father's second career around was, you'll never guess, being a chemist for Estee Lauder. So my mother's family has some real big wigs who are big shots over there. And lo and behold, as a kid, I remember actually like getting to like see some of the like models for it and the advertising and really cool company. You want to talk about some really amazing advertising and talking about starting from the ground up. That company started in a garage. So I often tell him, you think you're a driveway damsel. Estee Lauder started in her garage. So you never know what you might be one day when you grow up. Right, babe?
Yep.
But yeah, so cool. Such a cool story. But I don't know if he's necessarily going to be a L'Oreal model. As you can see, he is no longer a hand model. Those days are long over. But yeah. Lucky, what's up, brother?
I've been scrubbing them.
But he has been scrubbing.
I've been scrubbing them. This is probably the cleanest you're going to see my freaking hands.
Yeah. And I had to teach him the other day. He wasn't scrubbing long enough.
Oh, my God.
Gentlemen, it is not less than 20 seconds. It is 20 seconds soap and water, or 2 verses of happy birthday. If my kindergartners and elementary students in an entire building can do it, you can do it too.
Good morning, Lucky. Good morning, Uncle Ed.
Polar, what's happening, my friend? Ken, I don't know about makeup on this gentleman, but I do think he's gonna have the come up story. I really do. I told him one day, I think you're gonna look back. See, I'm a firm believer.
Look back and look.
They're gonna look back and you're gonna say, you know what? I might have been a driveway damsel, but you know, big things are coming. We have big plans.
Oh, I'm waiting for them. I've been waiting for them. She keeps saying that, but I don't see anything. So
I always make it happen.
Nope.
I always make it happen.
I doubt this one.
Things take time. What do you think? I have a career in the middle of the night on a corner? I mean,
it's been way
yes.
too long.
Yes.
Way too long.
Because that's what every school district wants to hear, that their leadership crew does in the middle of the night. I have to keep everything I do on the up and up, my friend. Plus, I'm old. I'm married. I'm old. I don't think I could make too much that way. But anyway, Mando, I want to let you know we've been catching some of your videos. If anybody hasn't checked out Mando's Mowers, great up-and-coming channel. Mando, your personality sells itself. You're an awesome guy, down to earth, really great stuff. Ken, you've been having some really fun lives. I'm sorry that we've been like in and out of missing some. As you know, I caught one the other night. This guy has been just working around the clock. What did we clock? We clocked almost 20 hours on you one night, which was like insanity. He basically walked in the door, showered. I fed him a little something, and the guy, like, did you almost fall asleep in the shower that night? I can't even remember.
Mm-hmm. And then another night I just slept at work because I didn't want to be bothered. Yeah,
it's just too much. What I do want to say, I know I caught one of Mick's videos with the round of applause that they were giving all their essential workers. I want to start off right away by thanking all of those who are working and those essential workers who are out there, no matter what you do. You know, I have to tell you, the one thing that does bother me, we have lots of friends who are doctors, who are truckers, who are mechanics, and it's hard because they always highlight like the big careers of essential workers, but they don't always fill in, you know, all of, and I don't want to call them the little guys because they're not the little guys. It's just, there's so many other careers that are still working out there. And so I'm just going to highlight, just thank you to everyone who is still out there, still working. Thank you to you. I know it's not easy. And I also want to say thank you to the friends or those of you who are checking on the families of essential workers. My husband knows my friends personally are my family. And we have learned over the years that our friends are like our family. And with his hours being the way they've been, and he can talk to you more about the circumstances going on out there at his job, we have had multiple cases of positive at my school, more so personally with people that I work really closely with. And it has actually been our friends that have reached out to say, hey, Chris, how are you holding up? Do you need anything? How's the mister doing? Do you guys need anything? It's important to check on your elders, but don't forget, there are couples and families out there with people who have essential workers that are going out there constantly. The blinds are open a little. And you know what? It matters to check on them too. When I got those messages from friends this week who were just like, Chris, I don't know how much I could do for you guys, but I just want you to know we're thinking about you. And you know what the oxymoron of that was? Those friends who were checking on us were mechanic friends of his who are still working. One of the friends who checked on us was a friend of mine who's a doctor who just got off working 4 days straight and pregnant. And you know something? At the end of the day, when you have friends checking on you that care enough, it's means the world. It's incredible. And we don't expect anything from anyone. But, you know, my husband and I are always those people who are always doing for others and always checking on others. And we give the shirt off our back for anyone. And we never expect anything in return. And now's that time where people can kind of turn around and they don't have to do a thing for us. Just a simple text to say, how you holding up? It's free. Doesn't cost a thing. And so I think coming out of this, whether it's a month from now, 2 months from now, boy, oh boy, this has put things in perspective for me and for my husband. You kind of are going to come out of this knowing, you know, the difference between friends and family and who cares, for sure. It's kind of sad if you think about it. It really is. So thank you to all of you who are out there working, and thank you to those of you who may not be essential workers, but you're still checking on those who are out there working hard for us. Like I said, a message, a post, something, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. And no, the funny part is the house that's behind us, I think you've heard my husband talk about them before. It's his favorite bunch of guys. So I do find it kind of funny, honey, that you have the blinds open a tiny bit. Were you guys doing like a little peep show maybe the other night together?
Oh, huh? What? Huh?
They want to know why the blinds are open. Were you guys doing like a little show for each other between the blinds?
What are you talking about?
The blinds. They're talking about the blinds.
What about the blinds?
Well, we know who's on the other side of the blinds. Your favorite boys.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. We're practicing social distancing.
Hey, man.
Good morning, Mick Mowers. How are you? So Mick Mowers did a phenomenal thing. I don't think we could ever do this. We even tried, you know, thinking about it. Mick did a live for 4 hours long.
But it was so needed. It was good timing.
And it was good.
It was really
good. It kept
good
a lot of people going, kept a lot of people break up. And a lot of people are self-quarantining or staying home and not doing anything. That's brutal. But it wasn't just Mick talking. He had a lot of good people coming up on there.
It was awesome.
And just a lot of people get to vent. A lot of people get to talk about what they did. I mean, we have ideas, but it's definitely nothing like that. Just to kind of break up, you know, what's going on. I mean, if you guys watched the last video I posted, like I kind of did like a little rant. I mean, what's going on my neck of the woods is that, like, you know, a lot of people are just like trying to shove in other people's faces who's an essential worker and, you know, who is not. And I don't care what you do and how you do and how you go about it. I mean, listen, everybody's worth, you know, something, whether you're an essential worker or not. You know, you're doing, you know, your part. So, I mean, you guys gotta, I don't know. I'm not saying it's you guys in general, but, you know, society as a whole, it's like one trade, you know, bashing or one trying to pull something over another. That is absolutely not the case.
Mick wants
you know,
a kiss.
We are all in this together. He likes when I bat my eyes. We're all in this together.
Mick's eyes are prettier, though, to be honest with you.
You know, we just have to. We just have to just do our part no matter what it is. Whether you're out working or whether you're at home. Yeah. Or, you know, checking on others and doing things for others. You know, you're on. Yeah. I mean, we're joking saying that we're practicing social distancing. I mean, for the most part, we're not. I mean, it's terrible.
He's not practicing social distancing for me, boys. You had to see the other day, as tired as he was.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's nothing, right? You come home from work, and I have a maid in the house.
He had a French maid at home, actually.
That says I have one more rear end to check out. I mean, that's the last thing I wanted to do after.
You did not just say that.
What?
This is a family channel.
Anyway, he just threw off my tangent.
Because your mind is in other places.
Oh, yeah, so we're not practicing social distancing or quarantining. I mean, it is what it is. We're not us.
It's not you and I, but for the rest of the world, yes.
Mean, she is, but because of me, she's not, because I'm out there working every day.
Yeah, he's bringing all the stuff home.
It was like I spoke to Mick about it, and a few other guys are there too as well. My company was very late to the ball with trying to clean and all this other stuff. It took, I sent Mix the picture. I don't know if I could post this online. Maybe I will, maybe on one of my Instagram. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't know the loops of Instagram. But it took for my company to go on lockdown, my shop to go on lockdown. We're open 24/7. Nobody know who and how this happened. Somebody took a number 2, a deuce, a poop, all over a battery that, well, we keep the dead and no good batteries outside our shop on a pallet, and it happens to be right outside the bay that I work on. Somebody took a nice steamy hot one. After that, our building went on lockdown. But that still doesn't mean, people...
It was disgusting.
Yeah. So it only meant that for us as employees, only we could use our bathrooms, the break room, the whole 9. But we had 2 guys that came in, and we didn't know who they were, and we threw them out, okay? Then they work for my company, but they're not a mechanic. They're drivers. They're just from another shop or another company, per se, but they're still under us. And then they were allowed to stay in our building. So much, for...
It was probably an angry driver who couldn't use the restroom because you guys are putting...
No, we went into lockdown after that happened. So before that happened,
he goes to me...
We have no idea.
Chris, he goes, do you think this could have been an animal? If you saw the size of the, the amount of it on the batteries, there is no mouse.
And I was mad because...
that's leaving this amount of doo-doo.
And
on
I'm
a battery.
because,
it was terrible.
Well, listen, there are trucks inside the shop, there's trucks outside the shop. So I'm working right next to it, and we were told not to touch and not do anything. I'm the type of person, I'll put on a set of gloves. I would have literally put that battery.
Don't you dare!
Like a lot of you guys are in shops. You guys have those battery bags in case the battery explodes or whatever, so the acid doesn't go over the place. I literally would have put that thing in a bag and thrown that thing in the scrap dumpster. So at least when the scrappers get it, they could, do whatever they want.
Babe.
Nope, my company made a big deal. They wanted to do this, do this, do that. You know what happened? Our cleaner came, and all he did was pour hot water all over it, and then the crap went all over the place. Yeah, it was just whatever. It's just ridiculous.
And we just stopped you from playing your own poo. That took us years to wean you off that. So, I don't need you regressing.
And then it only gets better, right? We have another shop from us.
This is sad. This is really sad.
We have a confirmed case of the coronavirus. Now, I don't know. She's more up to speed on rules and regulations.
The only reason I am more up to speed, every day, since I'm part of our administrative crisis team, we are getting input from the Department of Health. And being that my girlfriend is at one of the hospitals in New York City, I'm getting information right from her. I wrote that. It's true. It is true that we are getting information from her as well. So it's sad what his company is not telling him as far as what they're entitled to, the cleaning process, nothing. He's being told, and not just him.
No, the
guys are not being given anything.
Stuff, but it was a little bit too late. And, it is what it is. Listen, if you think I'm going to clean every truck before I work on it, that's not happening. That's just whatever. That's how I kind of look at it.
But tell them about the other shop.
All right, so they had a confirmed case of corona. And the sad part is the guy who got it, he was the one who feared the most.
Yeah.
And he ended up coming into work anyway, and he got it. And he was confirmed 4 days after he was at our shop, and he was touching anything and everything.
Yeah, sharing phones with someone even.
Right? They were sharing phones with another coworker. So I could have sworn, according to her, doesn't matter, that if someone is a confirmed case, everybody's, down for 14 days. The shop shut down for 24 hours, and they opened it back up. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Who knows?
No cleaning, heavy duty cleaning.
And then, for companies that we work for, we have a company that's so big that they have a dedicated mechanic that goes to him every day and works on their trucks to make sure they're up and going for the day. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, I post pictures because I'm there sometimes. If he calls out, I go there. They have one confirmed death from coronavirus. And it's unfortunate the guy who died, his son has coronavirus, obviously from him, and he's not doing well either because he has underlying medical issues. Now, they have a stronger union than us. Their union is beyond strong. I'm very jealous. If I could leave my job and go work for them, I would. but there's contingencies in our contract that we can't, unfortunately. The guys that are in the union over there, because they deliver beer, wine, and all that stuff, and they tried saying, we don't want to run no more. We're done. We already have one confirmed case. One guy died. Another guy's on the way. We're done. And basically the union stepped in and said, you guys have to go to work, because if you guys don't work, we're not going to pay you, even though we should. So they came up with hazard pay. They're getting an extra $3 an hour to deliver, alcohol and wine. Yeah. Very jealous.
You work hand in hand with a guy who just passed away, and his son now has it. $3. They're calling it hazard pay, aren't they? That's what they wrote to the guys.
Most people hazard pay. I mean, we're talking about how I'm working these crazy hours. A couple of us are working crazy hours.
I hate to say it.
$3 an hour ain't about shit.
I was going to say.
It's better than nothing. But, it is what it is. They don't have to work the overtime that we do. But, they get, speak of a good union, whether they work overtime or not, they get 8 hours of overtime in their paycheck every week. And if they work more than 8 hours of overtime, they get that. That's insane. I don't know how we missed this company. I don't know how any of us missed this company that worked for it. And then we had another company with 3 confirmed cases, and people were wigging out. And it only happened on a different shift where not everyone was there. And the guys were told to just, shut up, pucker up, and go to work. If you don't want to work, then go home. So that's the kind of atmosphere we have at my job.
Yeah.
So,
well, let me put it this way. As being one of the union preses myself, your union, but
our union sucks.
Your union is only as good as one of your leaders. So I want to address this comment for some light humor in the midst of all this. We have a little game we play at the Pattay house where the mister likes to put out on his days where he's feeling a little bit more spicy.
Oh my God.
He's turning red. I love it. Do you guys want to hear more? So when he's feeling a little spicy, he likes to
I don't understand why you didn't let me drink. I just got off work not too long ago. Instead of having coffee or anything,
he wants to hear the heel spicy story.
I wanted to have vodka. I literally wanted to sit here and sip on goose. By the time we're done with this live, I'm already tired.
Mick, you're gonna like this.
I would be really, really nice, and I would just pass the hat.
Look how red! Nothing gets him this red. So the mister likes to lay out a certain set of heels, if you know what I mean. So the other day, I said, those aren't my favorite ones. So you know what I said to him? If you put on those, I'll go put on my favorite ones. So that's why I said I bet he looks cute in some heels. So Mick, I really do think your next live should be a costume party. But gentlemen, if you're here, if you're having fun, if we're bringing a little smile to your adorable faces, please put the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already. And what do you think? Do we want to get our little buddies with us like Mick? Because I can only imagine.
Whatever you want, I don't care.
And I think we'd like to drop that link in this morning because I'm kind of curious what a few of our friends are wearing this morning.
Oh, what the hell's wrong with you?
I've been locked in and teaching all day long.
Oh, and because we're
wild.
not doing social distancing, my family wanted to have a get together and we declined. I said because we're out and about. I mean, I'm still selling.
I have to be honest with you. I am really surprised with all that is out in the media. I mean, I have 3 confirmed cases of colleagues that I work extremely close with. I mean, confidentiality reasons tell us that we can't release names, we can't tell who, but no one should be having get-togethers with seniors or elders right now. It is not safe, guys. It is not safe. He's out there in the thick of things.
Yeah, my parents have underlying medical issues. That's not fair to know about.
The thing is, I understand, wanting people to get together to celebrate good things. Good intentions, but now is not the time. Now is not the time. Keep those you love safe and keep And
Mr. Know-it-all.
and keep your circle really small. Keep your circle small right now. I'm going to say before we start today that we're going to all be polite, no cussing, and the teacher is running this classroom today. So we're all going to be good boys, or we're going to have to go stay in detention today.
Go in timeout.
Timeout. We're going to go in timeout, boys.
I ain't doing nothing.
Do you have plastic wrap?
I know I like RC Cola. How's that?
I remember what you called that. You call it the redneck cola.
I haven't
That's
had
right.
RC Cola in years. Kid, you know what? Do you taste it like, there are guys on my job that will only drink Pepsi and will only drink Coke. I don't know. I mean, there is a difference. I could care less.
When I was a kid, until about 5 years ago, Coke is it. Pepsi's you know what. But when you see the price of Coke go $5 for a 6-pack, and this is $1 and this is $2.19, this tastes good.
Now, do you buy that by you, or you have to make a special trip when you're on the road? And if you can't answer that question, that's okay, because you're.
No, I buy at Dollar General 4 for $11, 4 12-packs for $11.
Okay. I don't think we have Dollar Generals by us, right? They're old.
We don't have. They're upstate by us. We have Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree sells it too.
Oh, okay. See, growing up in our house, my grandmother and my mother were like diehard Coca-Cola fans. And I gotta tell you, my mother was like in thick butt shape. I don't know how she was in such amazing shape for drink. She had one of those too. Oh my God. And,
I'm a Coke man.
Yeah, she couldn't drink a Pepsi and nothing else, just Coca-Cola.
Come on. I got one of these.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, her mother's a Coca-Cola
fanatic.
Oh,
she had a bunch
of stuff.
Wedding.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Wish. I'm going to give him a song. This next gentleman will recognize by this song. Ready?
It even goes like this.
Hi, Riley boy.
You got to do it. A bank.
Oh.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ken. How are you?
Oh, somebody looks a little tired.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm blind. I'm blind. Oh my God. Somebody just gouged out my eyes. I'll never have sex again.
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a word. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Oh my God.
I've seen ugly women before, but oh my God.
That's it. I'm drinking.
Oh, you girl, you look good, girl.
I think I need a beer for that one.
Done.
I think I need a beer.
I'm going celibate as of today. That's it. Done.
Oh, Mick, we are so doing a costume party for your life.
That is burned in my mind now. That's it. No more sex. Done. I'm done.
I think you got lucky and excited.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at them all come up now. Oh, they all
I got to drink this. I got to drink some alcohol now.
I got to wash up my eyes. My eyes are burning.
I got to drink some beer.
All I have to ask you.
Good thing I'm not driving. I want to pull off the side of the road and got oh my God.
I got to drink beer.
Hi, Riley boy. Daddy looks so pretty.
You're not very happy today.
Oh, hi, sweet boy.
Wow.
Am I the only one getting dressed up today or what? What's going on? Come on, Mr. Briggs. You must have something pinky going on. Oh yeah.
Oh, Mister,
I'm sexy and I know it.
Outshine you.
Mick, did you lose a bet?
Hell no. I'm up for. Look, I'm all about making it funny, enjoying ourselves, and having a bit of fun. Lots of things going on at the moment. Lots of bad stuff going on. We should be able to laugh.
No.
Please.
No.
Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, then it ain't no fun.
Nick, I'm not gonna look at my wife the same again. I'm like,
Lord.
What I'm more confused about is I got dressed right up to impress, and Jason has to go off for a minute.
uh-oh. Wash your hands, Jason.
Well,
20 seconds.
The keyword, it only took him a minute.
I think you need to check his temperature now. I think he's got a bit of a temperature going on.
I can't believe I'm talking.
Ooh, a bit warm in here, Jason.
First and foremost, I'm empty. I'm running low. They've never been so empty. The kids need a break at the factory. Because someone's cooped in the house all day long.
Well, that's
Jason, I dare you to put those high heels on.
Oh my God.
You gotta put the high heels on now, Jason.
I can't help it. Mick's been wearing a tank top in the shed.
I'll tell you something. The funny thing is, it ain't funny getting into Mrs. P's, whatever that is, swimming costume, whatever it is, because that's about 15 sizes too small for me, and that's cutting the circulation off. That's why I had to take it off.
Oh my God. What are you doing? So, I mean, who's on here? We got Briggs, we got Ken. So, Ken, do you usually work Friday nights or no?
No, I got called in. We actually had water leaking on a 13,800 volt line coming in to one of my machines, so we had to make sure we took care of it.
Oh wow,
Who was the brave soul that had to go climb up and touch it?
No, we have a full crew and all. What we do, we actually have these, they call diapers. They're like yellow bags with the hoses on them, and you stick it underneath so you can put the hose and just drain it into a drain until the correct crew can come in to fix it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have plans to do any kind of emergency. It's just that usually if it's leaking down on one of my machines, I'd like to be there to make sure it's fixed, you know.
Very nice. So you have to do a full 8 hours or just to get it done?
No. I went in for a half hour. No big deal.
Oh, okay. So like
the thing is, it's 24/7. If something breaks, I can get a call 2 a.m. I get a call, whatever, you know.
So if we get called into work, whether it's 2 hours or 3 hours, we get paid 4 hours no matter what.
Yeah, see, I'm salary, so I get one of these goose eggs.
Oh wow, sorry.
But
so,
it's part of the job. I've been salary my whole life. You know what?
Oh, okay.
People joke about, you know, being out of work, this and that. I'm salary. I have to be there, but honestly, people, I thank God for the job I have. The people I work with, the money I make. It's, you know, there's a lot of people worse off. So I thank my company for keeping me.
Good morning, Chris. How are you? Yeah, I just choked on my coffee. I mean, listen, thank you, Mick, for doing that, because now I get the drink this morning. I get exactly what I wanted.
I'm more interested in what Ed's got under his t-shirt. I reckon he's got dressed right up. Because he took a little while to get up here. I reckon Ed's got something slinky going on.
Yeah. I had to wipe my desk off. I was literally taking a drink of coffee. You popped up and I went,
no.
It didn't come out my nose.
What happens if they see me next door?
They won't.
Nope.
Jason.
No.
Come on. And then you can pick it right off.
Go away.
Hey,
I bet
you gotta watch.
Oh, guys, he doesn't want to play dress up for you.
Look what you have there.
Jason, everybody in the chat, if you want to see Jason do dress up, stick a thumbs up in the chat, and then he's got to do it. It's as simple as that. His public would have spoken. Thumbs up in the chat.
So cute.
No, because
Jason, just remember, it's the 2020, so cross-dressing is okay.
I always did like hairy legs.
You know,
Hey,
we're talking about
there's nothing wrong with the bearded lady.
We talk about social distancing. I don't know if you guys watched one of my earlier videos that I went to go sell a snowblower, and the guy kept referring to his dad as daddy, and said that he wanted to check it out, but he wants to wait for his daddy to come, and he wanted to know if it's okay if his daddy can come check it out later on in the day. That's social distancing. I can't tell you how many steps back when he kept referring to his dad as daddy. That guy's got problems. No,
Hey, I
thanks.
tell you, though, if I saw Mick today with what I just saw, my social distance would be about a block and a half.
Oh, don't go giving it all of that. You'll be like lining up, chucking the dollars out. Don't go giving
But you know
You'll be
something?
making it
If I
rain.
took
You'll be making it
If
rain.
I took a picture of my next door neighbor, Mick makes a better woman than my next door neighbor that is a woman. That's scary.
Wait.
It's funny, though, with my wife, she's a big Italian family, and they got all these relatives, not relatives, but cousins and gumbads, all that. But I tell you, you see a lot of handsome women, right? And they answer the phone, hello. And you're like, but, you know, but they'll chop your wood, they'll make your pasta. So there you go.
You got to be careful with if it's Sicilian Italian, they'll have a bigger mustache than some of the men.
So it's kind of. So you're saying it's kind of like that scene on the Lorax where Danny DeVito goes, "That's a woman."
What's the old song? Dude looks like a lady.
Yes. Was that Mrs. Doubtfire?
I'm hearing lots of this
Boy,
going
George.
on. I'm not seeing anybody else getting dressed up at the moment. I hear a lot of
Not
men
me.
giving it all
No.
Well, you know
No.
what? Maybe
No one-
next week. How about this? Next week we'll do a live.
No. I
No,
don't.
Yeah, in order to be on the panel, you have
By
to
then,
be
the
dressed up.
moment
That
would
gives
have
everybody a week to
No.
get dressed up.
I gave you options.
Nick.
Outfits there. You're wimping
Nick,
out.
I have this thing that's protecting me from doing that. It's called pride.
You're wimping out. Boo.
Oh,
Why don't you wear something?
Because.
Oh, what's
should
good
throw
for the
something
goose is
on.
good for the game.
I'm not being disrespectful or nothing, but I want to see Jason get dressed up.
Yes.
The bearded lady.
I'll go for that.
And he didn't put that on. That would set you apart from the rest.
How many?
Well, all I'm saying,
How many
Jason,
likes
all I'm
do you
saying
have?
is, Jason, I have set the bar. It is now time for you to raise a bar.
Absolutely.
If you even
It's
had
your channel. You got to do it.
You would look so cute with your David Archie's peeking out from underneath that.
Stitched
Hey,
up.
Nick,
Stitched up.
Nick, his bar's already raised from your dress.
I won't even peek. You could do it in privacy over there.
Nick, you got to record Riley Boy saying that. That's a classic.
That's adorable.
He copies everything. Stitched up.
Well, maybe we should do that. Maybe that's a good idea. The next live.
No,
Go answer the door.
no. Moment. Get going.
Because next week, everybody's going to be stuck in their house.
Hasta la vista. Like the dressing room.
Jason, if you get stuck in it, just rub a little bit of two-stroke oil on the old body for a bit of lubrication, you'll be good to go. There you go. Look at Mike giving it all the big. Yeah. Yeah, woo-hoo, check him out.
Yeah, but
oh, yeah.
Mike looks more like Woodstock.
Let's see here. Does anybody have some like stripper music?
I
Oh,
what is
you're
that?
going with the risque outfit.
Where's that little boy, Jason?
Oh my! Oh, he
Meow.
got dressed. Oh, girlfriend, your hands looking so good.
Girlfriend.
To be fair, Mike, to be fair, a couple of bourbons and I'll be like, yeah, I'll take you home.
Cover your nipples up, though.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you?
Hey, Chris, are you going to put up a poll?
Well, it seems like his poll's already up right now.
Oh, my. You just got a PG rating.
Oh, he's putting all the outfits on. You're not going to just choose one.
I'm going to make you peel away the layers.
Oh my God, he's going to do a little striptease.
Oh my!
I'm
You're only
set.
going to have about 6 million views today, so watch
I'm
it.
going to be like a little firecracker. I'm just ready to go off.
Did everybody eat breakfast already, or?
I've already had
Chris,
my
you
own.
got to change the title of this video to "You Ain't Gonna Believe This."
Oh my! Oh my! If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't liked yet, please like.
And also
I
tell
think-
all your friends that are freaks because they're going to want to see this.
Well, let's just say I gave him some options, and he's putting them all on.
That just means to me he's a little bit lost in his head and undecided which way to go. That's all, because a genuine woman will know what to wear. So he needs to sort himself out. He's not quite there yet.
No. Or he's just overly excited to just throw it all on. So
yeah.
He was young and needed the money.
I was joking the other day saying I know who wears the pants in the family. I guess I was right.
Which just tells me that I need to let him explore these options more often.
Oh my God.
Are you doing your hair? What's taking you so long?
Well, it won't be his hair, will it? It won't be his hair.
I know that he was already, hi, Riley boy. I know he was already dressed. Are you okay in there? Oh my God! I'm never wearing that.
Now that's her reaction.
Oh my! Guys,
Jason, come and
I wouldn't be drinking anything when he comes on. You might choke.
Jason,
Chris,
come
you
and
may want to reach out to RuPaul so you could get sponsored.
Over there.
Oh my! He's fixing his hair.
That won't take very long, will it?
I think he's trying to do something special.
Jason, come and dance for Daddy.
Oh!
You're making my dog shake his groove.
No. You gotta put those on with it.
Oh my God.
Oh, do you want me to turn the screen so they can get the full effect? Oh my God.
Oh, we want the full Monty, without a doubt.
Oh my.
That's what I call love.
I'm just cleaning.
Wait, your shoes.
Don't mind me. I'm just cleaning. Don't mind me.
Oh my God. Oh God.
That shouldn't be hanging out. That shouldn't be
There
hanging
better not be anything hanging out. You could have shaved first, Jason, or waxed.
What do you got under there?
Hey, we don't want to see Mr. Johnson.
Oh wait, we got to hold on.
Wait, everybody, give him some music.
Oh yeah, he's got it all.
Oh
Tell
God.
Riley boy to turn around.
That vodka's really strong, right?
Oh my God.
Oh, he's a good lad.
Too tight.
I think I'm blind.
It's too tight.
I wouldn't do that in a million years for $1 million.
Now look, my nipples don't even fit in there.
There. That's better.
I got bigger boobs than you. That's a problem.
Polar had to take his glasses off.
Chris, at least you have experience with dealing with people with special needs, right?
At least my dog is covering my eyes.
Oh, my eyes are burnt out. That's it.
I am a little concerned if he doesn't fit in my bikini top because it means his boobs are bigger than mine. So
You want to really do it, Chris? Get him waxed if he wants to really play the part.
maybe on the next live. We've got to space these things apart. Isn't it good to have episodes?
Oh.
Where's my sanitizing wipes?
Uh-oh. Someone has music for me.
Definitely on this live stream.
I don't need to put on pants. Does he know this?
Jason, there you go, Jason.
He's gone now.
I know.
Better hope you do not.
Well, that used to be our special French maid outfit for special occasions.
Oh, you can clearly say that's been worn right in now.
Just gives her excuse to go find out and be something else.
I've got plenty, but that's clearly not going to be in the rotation anymore.
I'm being serious. This is what it's all about, people. The world is on the brink of disaster. And you have brought that entertainment to us, Jason, that made everyone laugh. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Keep smiling, people. Keep doing what we're doing.
We have no choice, right? Like I said.
Exactly that, Jason. Exactly
that,
that, buddy.
That 4-hour live. I mean, there are people who haven't left their house or haven't done whatever, and you gave them a platform.
Now here's the dare, Jason. Here's the dare. Take that outfit and wear it when you deliver your next piece of power equipment.
I have a sale.
Wear the outfit at the same time when he's delivering it. Ask for that.
Yeah, make it rain, baby. Make it rain. Even my son is scarred for life.
When he comes to grow a mullet. So Ken, you were saying
I just want to know if he still has on under his shirt.
Hey?
So you were saying the next piece of equipment I sell, you want me to get dressed up?
Hell yeah.
We actually,
Ken, yeah, that would be dynamite.
We actually want to sell it.
and to be fair, if you use your head, if you dress up like that and sell it from your home, there ain't no one coming back if there's a problem with it.
There you go.
They probably give them double wanting to see a therapist.
Yeah, hell yeah.
or you might get a tip.
Yeah.
Oh, Roy's
But
a
if
boy.
you
You've
try-
missed it. You've missed it, Roy.
But if you
You've
tries to
missed
put
it.
the dollar bill in your bra, watch out.
Ken, did you realize what you just said about getting a tip? That could go in so many different ways. You realize what part of Long Island we live in?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my God.
As long as it ain't a red hot tip, you'll be okay.
Oh, poor
You can always
Roy.
go
guys
to
next
Chicago
door.
town if you want.
Does Roy the boy realize what he's just walked into, the poor lad?
Oh, look at
I think he missed it. I think he's missed it.
Yeah, but you know, a Riley boy halfway through the week is going to go up to Mick and say, "Daddy, what's a French maid?" And then you can show him the pictures of Jason and freak him out.
Oh, Roy, you got to go back and you got to watch the past 10 minutes.
You gotta
You
watch
gotta watch that. To be fair, I thought that was a very risky move when you put your leg up on top of a table. I thought any minute now we're going to see a dusting bag that we shouldn't be seeing.
Well, Mick, you
I was waiting for Mr. Johnson to make an appearance.
Oh my God.
See that? You even made Scott be silent.
Scott, I've never seen you at a loss of words.
He's in shock.
I've never heard Mr. Briggs so goddamn quiet on a live stream for so long. Normally he's yada yada yada, and tonight
He's waiting to get his sight back.
He got nothing to say.
Well, you know what? He drives over the road, so he should see quite a few creatures on
Yeah,
the road.
don't do it while he's
Oh,
driving
yeah.
at night. Oh my God.
I drive at night, so I stay away from the lot lizards.
I hate going on road calls if they're in a lot. Oh my God, I can't stand it. No, first you're afraid you're gonna get beat up, robbed, mugged, and then you got the lot lizards.
You ain't gonna get that at my yard.
I'm just going to drop down. I've got to make Ryder Boy a bit of lunch. So if anyone else wants to come on up, and if not, I'll come up a bit later on. But just make little boy a bit of lunch.
See ya.
Bye, Riley boy.
Back in a bit.
Daddy.
Oh,
right,
aw.
So back to your things on topic. I'm glad you went back to work this week. How was your first day back?
Puller.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm
honey.
glad, of course. There's only one.
You went Thursday, right, honey?
Yeah. It was okay. I mean, it was kind of strange because after work I drove up through campus and there was nobody there.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
The parking lots are 100% empty. You know, nobody walking around. There was only 5 or 6 of us there total, and I only seen a couple of the guys once or twice in my full 4 hours. So, but
Sparky, it's good to have you, and it's also good to have you in men's clothing. Thank you for joining us.
Can I just say something right now? Congratulations, you've got balls of steel. And that's all I'm going to say. You may not be able to bid on anything, but you've got balls of steel.
And you would know because you've had an up-close view.
I've got bleach in my eyeball because of it. Too much information. Well, hello from the Cornwall, UK. It's crazy town.
So it's funny. I had a funny video planned for the channel, but I guess this will do. Just a break.
Well, you'll never outdo this one.
What was that?
You'll never outdo this one.
Ken, you're still getting to know him. Don't challenge him.
What day was it? What day was it?
Just don't shave your legs on a live stream.
Yeah, we're waiting for the full bikini wax.
Yeah, but Ken, you're next. You got to be put a blobby suit on.
You made me.
She was like, "It was my one day to sleep in early," and she's like, "You're listening to music." I says, "I'm trying to figure out music for a video," and she's like,
"You made me drink before noon."
I'll be drinking after this.
I think everyone would.
I normally don't drink before noon on Saturday.
How is everybody in the land of the world of YouTube? How is everybody?
Well, Sparky, Roy's the boy said he's watching now. I may need you to check on him.
Send over to paramedics, Sparky.
If Roy's channel goes dark, someone go check on him.
It's not too bad in the UK at the moment. This where we live is very okay, quiet, very quiet, but very okay. So yeah, we've just had major issues on Friday, but we got to live through them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We were just basically told here in New York.
Yeah, they're starting to enforce lockdown.
That they're starting to enforce pockets of lockdown. The schools were originally by the governor closed till April 1st, now extended till April 15th. And they're believing, although they were trying to avoid an apex, they said it's believed that we're going to hit an apex in 21 days. Which, if you do the math on that, brings us to when they were going to open the schools. So I think we can all do the math that they're not going to be doing that. So.
Our peak season is a week on Sunday now. They've moved it to a week on Sunday. The week today, basically. If we pass that, then we're okay. If we get lower, but I don't think we're going to get past it because people are flat on the law at the moment here. On Friday, we got a letter from an email. They're not going to help the disabled, the infirm, or the disability people now. They're going to look after the one that's key workers and look after the people that can do the building after this thing, which is fine. But then we've been told we're going to get restricted money. We've been restricted banks. We've been told of certain things already. And I've just told them to go, you know what I mean?
I heard Nick on his live the other day mentioning about those who were disabled. And I think people do not realize, those who know people who are disabled realize, but those who do not realize, they mean of all ages. And it's heartbreaking to hear something like that.
They've told us, they've told us we've got to live on a minimum of £2 a day to survive, which is fine. But then my missus' medication, they're restricted that. They've restricted anything I need from the missus. We've got to find the money for it. And I said, well, I can't find the money while we can't move in lockdown. So where do we get it from? He said, you have to borrow it. You have to do it this way. I said, the bank won't lend me the money. So where do I get the money from? They said to me, well, you'll find a way around it. You have to. You're disabled. You're not going to get any extra from anybody from the UK government. And then we've just been told on Friday we've had a little meeting over the phone, over everything. They don't want to help us. And they've told us you have to survive on this until the 27th of April. And that's it. And that means we've got nothing. We'll have no food by the end of next week. We won't have anything ahead of us. So, yeah.
Could I say something? I did get a letter from YouTube and how they do the YouTube updates.
Yeah.
All right. Long story, make it short. Do not say that virus name.
Yeah.
They are watching anybody that posts anything with that name, and they have a conversation with that name in it. They will automatically delete your video.
Yeah.
So you don't want anything else to go around it, but just don't mention that name of the virus.
Really?
So, heads up on the stream, you know.
So
any other streams, don't say it no more.
It's crazy. So we've been told we've got to survive till next week, and then we've got to find food, we've got to find money, we've got to find everything. And I've just told them, how do you think I should do it? How? Come on, you know what I mean? And they just mean, you will. So I got onto the system. It's like a network you go on to, and you put not a complaint, but you put a question. And I got back, we've got to care about the key workers and the people that will keep this country going after this epidemic is finished.
Yeah, well,
and that's what the advisors told us.
He told us.
I was like,
I don't know, man. Can you imagine 60 days if we were going by the books? That's not happening. I could never go 60 days by the books. That's insane.
So they're not going to help anybody. Me and my missus are stuck in the middle of nowhere, and we've just got to rely on the generosity of, luckily, a farmer and a baker to keep us going.
The last time we spoke, you said it was hard getting certain items. It's still tough getting certain items?
Yeah, very hard now. Down here, because we've got no lorries coming down here, we've got no transport coming down here, hardly, because we're in the middle of Cornwall. It's in the middle of nowhere. And they are saying to us, you survive on what you can survive on, we'll get you there. But at the end of the day, if you survive, you survive. But the 27th, we've got to survive till of April. That's about 4 weeks away. So they don't care about anything except if the key workers, like it will be Mick because he's a key worker, because he makes the railways go forward. Anybody that's in the industry will make them go forward. So we've got to survive until the 27th of April with literally 0.02, but basically £2 a day, and they're paying all the lump sum in once a month, basically, and that's all they said, and that's all we have to do. We've got no choice. We're the only one in this whole town at the moment. We are the only couple. Literally, have been talking to. We know for a fact the rest of the couples that's living here close by, we know of. They're okay because the government can support them because they've either got pensions or they've got retirement funds.
Now they're not spending like mortgages or rent and stuff like that.
The rent's already been paid here, but I've still got to find the top up rent, and I have to find that before the 27th of next month.
That's fucking. Do you have availability to be able to go and get the medication if you are able to retrieve the funds?
No, not allowed to. You've got to pay up front, and majority of the medication I have to have is either over counter now, or you're required to have a letter from your doctor, but you can't go to your doctor. The doctor won't see anybody, and literally they locked it all down, so you're literally stuck.
So they don't have absolutely nobody to be able to deliver the medication, though?
No, because where we live, like I said, we're not approached on the priority list. We've not been allocated a priority list. If you're on a priority list, then yeah, they were all caring about the key workers, NHS workers, which I understand that. I'm not bothered. I really do understand they should be cared for. But the disabled, infirm, there's an old gentleman at the moment, has had no food, no drinks delivered, nothing for 10 days, right, on isolation. A nurse found him, literally collapsed in his chair, and it's in the news about it the other day. And literally, they had to go and take him in and get him revived, basically, because nobody checks on him, nobody looks after him.
That's sad.
So, and that is the worst thing. So it's really bad.
Well, Sparky, if there's anything that we could do here in the States, let us know.
Yeah, I've already said this to everyone else. We'll be okay because I've got skills to make food last, but I've also got skills I'm not being funny, the care food can kiss my backside, and I will make money. I've got ways around it, and I will beg, borrow, and steal. I've got good farmers, I've got good bakers around me. They'll make sure we're looked after. But the food bank's nil. The food bank's gone. It's gone to zero. There's no more food in the food bank.
But Sparky, as far as the medication end of things, is there anything that we can do in the States at all to help you out?
No, because there's nothing you can do. We've just got to wait. We've just got to wait and bide our time with things. We just got to wait. We've got just this 3 weeks over with, and then see if it goes forward. just in time. Yeah, Roy. We've just tried every avenue possible, and they've just refused because because we can walk, we can talk. They don't see disabled people. They don't see us like a disabled person. They think you get on with it. But he goes to the door. They say we can't talk to you at the moment. We're dealing with another person, which is fine. I wait, but the person is. I'm not being funny, but he's got a Jaguar car outside. He goes into, you know what I mean? He's a 50-year-old gentleman. He's got a Jaguar. He's got money, right? He can go anywhere and does anything. You know what I mean? I'm like, why are you treating this person differently to us? And I've said this to people, and he says, because he's paying for his medication, you're not, and the system's not up and running for you yet.
Got it.
Wow.
And I said, well, medication I need over-the-counter medication for now. And they said to me, well, this is the price of it. And I said, this is expensive. Why are you doing it? It's because we're the only one that can supply it this time. And I said, no. I said, I'm not putting up with it. So I'm going to take a bus ride out of the lock zone. I'm taking a bus ride straight to the other centre of the town. This is a 2-hour journey. It's a 4-hour journey, all told, where there and back. And I will, and I literally have to do it. Just got in time. They're trying to get the system in the moment. The disabled, infirm, and the people that they don't want to keep alive, don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, just keep in mind if there's anything that we could do in the States, as far as shipping it to you. I'm sure you have your PayPal account. Feel free to.
I don't have PayPal, but I'm as far as I can see at the moment is I'm gonna, like I said, at the moment I'm going down the beg borrow route down here with friends and people.
But drop the PayPal link. The missus and I would like to send you something. Whatever. Drop
the PayPal link. We're going to be okay at the moment, but we'll keep in touch at the moment. But at the moment, we've got only until Thursday, I think, this internet goes, and I'm on to my cellular network because they're restricting the internet down here at the moment for key workers.
Wow. Now I think on the bigger scheme, people go nuts without the internet. That's going to be almost anarchy.
See, the States over here, they're not cutting electric, they're not cutting the gas, they're not shutting the electric off. No, and as far as mortgage, there's a 3-month, a 90-day grace period. And as far as rental, there is absolutely no evictions or no attempt evictions here.
We won't worry about it. The one thing we've got to worry about is we've been told to worry about is what happens after these 5 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it's going to be. Are they going to relock it? Going to lock it down even more? They reckon it could go to September. They reckon it can go to September. Wow. This madness. Yeah. But because everyone's flouting the law, which is stupid. So
nobody's going to survive till September.
I should make a correction on that. Now I don't know, Lucky, if you have heard. I know in New York State, Cuomo just made corrections to that the other day. Mortgages, rent, they're not enforcing that right now, but that is for a certain amount of time, that 90-day mark. And once that is lifted, people are going to have, in some cases, less than 45 days to pay the rent, mortgage that's back to, and the current amount. So think about families that have maybe not been working. They'll have to pay the back rent or mortgage that was due for how many months? The current amount. So in a sense, that's not helping anyone.
No, that's not.
Even going month to month, which a lot of families have to.
Even with the service that's supposed to be handed out. I see
my email is on my YouTube at the moment, and like I said, my email's on the YouTube. If you don't hear from me much, just email me because I'm gonna have my main phone on me. But Roy, I'll give you this rough idea. It's like you can only get the 400s of ibuprofen over the counter. You can't get them on the counter, like that stuff like that. It's the simple stuff. What you need over the counter, what you can only get from a pharmacist. But the pharmacists are restricting everything because due to that, this is not enough.
Yeah. I know in the States here, I had mentioned about 2 lives ago, some of our, and again, I only knew because some of our specialists were aware that this was going to happen. I know, like, my doctors were telling us for medications that we were taking, they were ordering them in advance and getting them for us here. But again, doctors here, not everybody was doing that. And they're starting to have issues getting medications in over here already. And we're not even in the part of the process that you are.
No, that's
so
it. We've got 1 week to go. I'm going to wait for this week to ride out this one more week. And then see how it goes from there. But at the moment, we've got the vets to deal with the cat because the cat's been ill because James had this. And this is all because of one reason. We're indoors all the time. The cat's not used to having it indoors. And it's like it's an indoor cat. We've got things going on. I am going to commit it this week if I can't get any help from anywhere. And then I'll be calling a lot of favours in from people that, like I said, who owes me favours here at the moment. But I am not going to rely on anybody. I'm going to do what my granddad did in the old days. I'm not being funny to old people. Keep calm and carry on until it blows over.
Yeah.
And then
Bucky, don't stress yourself out. You have a lot of people, a lot of friends and family that's around the whole entire world. Don't wait for the last minute. Do not hesitate to put up that PayPal account.
Yep.
You know, on my links at any particular time. You feel free to. You know, no questions asked.
Oh, that's fine. Like I've just said, I will promise anybody. I've already spoke to. Because I've had an earache from somebody already, not so far from me at the moment. Another across the pond because they had IG'd me and they said, "Look, you've got pride," and they had a really good talk about thing. Unfortunately, it's the way things are at the moment. UK government, like key workers here. It's like you go to the supermarket, and if you're not a key worker, you're simply a number.
Yeah.
And that's how it's going to be.
My grandmother used to say during the Depression, you can't eat pride. So.
Well, I've got a northern pride, and there's a bigger cake in that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but anyway, I'm going to go off because I've got this lot to do this side. But I will be in touch. You've got my IG. I see you lot anyway, Pattay Performance and Lucky and the rest of the people. I've got you on IG. If I don't get on the internet much because our internet's getting slowed down too much or it cuts off, we'll let you know, okay?
Yeah, reach out to us, please, whether it be on the channel or Instagram.
Be safe out there.
Sparky will be thinking of you and the missus. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got a cat trying to get on my leggy at the moment. Take care of yourself. Have a good one. Thank you.
See you later, brother.
Take care, Sparky.
No, Lucky, you said it best. That's what this community has absolutely been about. And even before all this, like my husband and I have said before, Lucky, your channel has always said before, everybody's just always been so supportive and caring and loving. And this is definitely proven just so. And it goes back to what I said in the beginning of the live. Sometimes it's not just family, friends are like family, and that's what it's about at this time. So we got to be there for each other right now. So, but and it's just amazing. I think when we had joined this online community, we never imagined, the friends that we'd make that aren't even in the States, all parts of the world. So we got to look out for each other, and trust me, none of us are Rockefeller, but you don't need a lot to help, and go a long way. That's for sure. So whatever we can do to put the word out to help each other. So,
well, just keep in mind for everybody that's on the panel as well, in the chat. If you do happen to go live, you could talk all you want about it, but just don't say that particular word.
The C words, right?
Exactly, the C word. Yep.
Good to know, Lucky. And don't be putting it in your posts now either.
Exactly. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Or the title of your stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that note, it's been a little over an hour. We're gonna head out. Lucky Mud Mowers goes live. What? You go live at 10, correct?
10 a.m. Eastern time. I'll be live.
So if you want to roll into another live,
I'll be on tomorrow, 8 a.m.
Hey, Doug. How are you, honey?
I'll be there.
How's it going, y'all?
Plus, I have a video coming out here shortly.
Oh, very nice. I'm glad. So back to work and back into making videos.
That's right.
Doug, we're gonna warn you in advance that if you didn't catch the beginning of the live,
he was in here at some point.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
I did. God, did I ever.
He just got his sight back. That's why he's coming on now.
Oh boy, she's one lucky woman.
I had literally had to put eye drops in my eyes, take my glasses off, clean them. My Lord. and it started with Mick. I had to,
And then you didn't recover.
no, I did not. I did not. You know, I thought I was having a stroke here, laughing so much at you all crazy butts.
Doug, we could be able to do a strip tease for you, Doug.
No.
Us three guys
Well,
together.
We know it's working.
Wait a second. Is Lucky offering something here?
guys, look it. I'm broke.
Don't worry about it, Doug. Your credit's good with us.
I hear you, brother. Speaking of credit, guys, you know, we got a lot of family members. You know, we got a lot of family members in this network. We got a lot of friends. We got to look after each other. You know what I mean? My wife yesterday, with Easter eggs on our fence line out here, she says, I'm going to put something down here so people can see it. I said, okay. She's put Jesus loves. We have to look after each other. The government's not going to do it. You know,
They just stretch too thin.
oh, Jesus lives. She put in Jesus lives across our fence with Easter eggs.
That's beautiful.
Very nice.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You know, people that has hunt, people who butchers, people who has eggs, people has hens. There's a lot of people in the rural area and everything, even in their backyards, that's allowed to have farm, you know, pigs and stuff like that in the rural area and not so rural area, but still be all have pigs and chickens and stuff like that. There's going to be people that's going to say, hey, I got a freezer full of a pig or whatever. You know what I mean? Here, have what you can have. You know what I mean? We have to look after everybody as a family, as friends, as neighbors. You know, I know it's going to get rough, guys. I know it's really going to get rough. But as a country and as a world, we have to stand up for each other.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Very well. Very
Hey,
well.
Jason, you can drop me out and put Mick in if you'd like. I'm just gonna watch. No big deal.
You know, we'll got Roy pop in, but I gotta get some sleep. If you guys want to entertain with her,
Oh, stop. You can say.
no, I'm out.
You can't go yet, Jason. Justin,
Oh, you missed
you ain't going yet, pal. I've got a few words to say to you, mate. I'm telling you now.
Is it about?
I went back and watched that little clip. I have to say I'm total shocked, mate. Yeah, I'm gobsmacked. I mean, it was almost as good as my picture on my calendar picture. Have you seen it?
I was going to say that. Y'all need to go find the calendar pictures of the UK boys. Oh my Lord God. If you have not seen the calendar picture that these guys did over there in the UK, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I've still got a few for sale. Here's Mick there. Hello, Mick.
I guess Nick see me made him hungry. What do you really want to snack on?
You make me peckish, Jason.
Yeah.
Very peckish.
Yeah. Did you notice though? He said, "I'm tired now. I need to go to bed." Just when he knew that I'd gone back and watched the video.
What was that, Roy? I'm sorry.
Hi, Riley boy.
What confuses me is that, Mike, are you at work or are you actually at home?
I'm at home.
I just wondered because you actually had a wig to hand. That is strange.
Yeah, I actually caught a glimpse of that bit as well, Mike. You with your little mullet wig.
Always keep the wigs handy. There might be another bank I could rob.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Mick's wig and all.
What amazes me is that Jason just said a minute ago, I need to go. I come up and he ain't going nowhere.
Nah.
Wide awake now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Notice he's hunched over, Mick. He's trying to, keep things at bay down there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jason, nothing wrong with a bit of morning glory.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Morning glory. Oh. It was the wiggling that put me off.
I will say,
Hey, Jason.
you did pull off that wig in a very special way. That looks good on you, man. Brunette is her color.
Jason.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to wear those clothes again, are you?
Oh, dear.
I'm never putting that on.
Chris, don't you find it funny? But Jason always Instagram messages me or FaceTimes me when you're not about. Don't you find that funny?
Interesting, right?
He's like, I gotta go. Chris is on her way home. I'm like, all right.
You know what? It used to be the same way with the boys next door. I used to come home and there would be dripping wet marks through the house that he was just in the hot tub next door. He's moved on to you.
Jason.
Social distancing.
I think he likes a lad with an accent.
That's what it is.
Nah, mate.
Tattoos.
I don't think you could show your. I don't think you could show your face again, Jason, on any live streams. Not for a while now. After that, mate.
Oh no. He's always welcome on mine.
No, I'll just be in your DMs. Is that what they call it? What do they call Instagram? Is that DMs?
DL.
Just so dated one.
You see what I believe now. What Mick has done now. He's actually done a screenshot of that picture, especially when you took the dress off. And I can see Mick now making up a poster and having it put on the back of his shed there.
Now there's my.
Roy, you know me far too well.
I know, mate. That's just it. It's frightening, Mick, isn't it, eh?
Except Roy, should we be
Right.
concerned if it's not on the wall and it's on the ceiling of the shed?
I'm thinking mass production T-shirt is what I'm thinking. Merchandise, baby. Merchandise.
Yeah.
Jason has a new.
Oh, for that, Mick, you could have a big poster put on your shed roof, and you can look at it from Google Earth.
To be fair, I wouldn't settle for a cheap copy. I would want the real thing.
Oh no, Mick, come on! I'm getting worried about you now.
Oh, mate.
No,
It's not about being worried. It's about being uneasy about it. That's all it is, Roy.
Yeah, maybe you're used to
Lord
it.
have mercy.
It's definitely worrying.
Brother, I'm happy with my sexuality. I accept all.
Stop. I'll tell you what.
On a serious note, that would be a good idea.
Jason, I think you're definitely going to have to have this video for over 18s, mate. I'm telling you.
Did you guys see what Thomas said?
What?
I can't see the chat.
Tickle, 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 tickle.
But I think that should be a fun thing. The next time we do a live,
Oh, really?
if you want to be on the panel, you have to be dressed up.
He's liking this. Nick,
Yeah, I'm game.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Me.
If you want to be on next week's live, and then we'll announce our giveaway. We're late. It's supposed to be a spring giveaway. We'll do a spring giveaway.
what do you want to give away now?
Oh, man.
As long as that ain't that bra and pair of knickers or underpants, mate, I don't want it.
To do. Oh, God.
Ooh. Hey.
Keep talking.
Put yourself out.
Yeah. Don't stop now. Keep going.
I should have been.
Forget decals. I'm putting out a poster of you.
Jason, I think you're gonna have to put. Jason, I think you can send that costume to Mix Mowers, mate. I'm sure he'll wear it.
Yeah, send it to me, Jason. send the outfit to me, but don't wash it.
Jason's lingerie party.
So hopefully that'll give whoever wants to come on the panel. You guys have a week to track anything down. It doesn't have to be sexy, you know. I don't know. Just even if it's a pair of glasses, something. Anything.
Mr. Briggs, I can't wait to see what you're gonna wear, baby.
He's just gonna wear his high visibility jacket, and that's it, but nothing underneath. And his headset.
I've just looked online. And it's currently 4 days for a gimp suit. It's on its way.
I can see the billboards coming into Long Island now. You know, with Jason on there. Welcome.
Right now, that'll be like one of those attractions. Pattay's performance will be one of the stops.
So I got a question. The location where you are, that's the prime location. I know what you guys are talking about. So who picked the destination for your house where you are? Did Jason pick it or did you, the missus?
I did. So I used to teach here before I moved districts. And where we are is the number 8 district in all of Long Island, like the top schools.
I think Jason had something to do with that location.
I think he tried to play hard to get when we looked at the house.
I said no.
But for some reason I couldn't get him out of the back bedroom, and now I know why, because the hot tub is directly out of the back bedroom. So now I know why when we looked at the house, he kept staring out the back window.
That's why those mini blinds are cracked open this way. His neighbor.
It's actually.
So does that mean you're going to wear that outfit again, Jason, and you're going to jump from the window into the hot tub? Are you?
Although they have no clothes in their backyard, that's the rule. Nope. If you go in the backyard,
they don't wear anything in their hot tub. And last year they put up one of those inflatable pools, but like the tall one, and they do not wear anything in that pool. But they did invite both of us to go in. I declined.
Oh, party.
Negative.
Negative. Jason didn't.
With the fishes.
I'm good, thank you.
What, and Jason didn't decline?
I didn't want the house because the garage is attached. And the house is too big for us. Believe it or not, this house is 7 bedrooms when we first bought it. Obviously, we restructured it to fit us better. But we got lucky. We don't belong here. I'll say this all, we don't belong here. Really
it was like a diamond in the rough. We lucked out. But
I never even heard of this place. And I live 17 minutes up the block from here. When she told me that we were looking at a house in Greenlawn, I told her I don't want to move out east. You know, by Boneyard, I consider that out east. I'm not saying where Boneyard is, like where he is a bad area. It's not, but I call the east end of Long Island the asshole of Long Island. Whatever. Because it's like a Long Island is like a fish. And out east, where the asshole is. So forget it.
You're worried about the language. You should be worried about the beginning of the program now. After that, there's no such thing as bad language in this chat.
Well, now that your David Archies I've never seen them so far up your butt before.
I know. My grass bag was a little tight.
Next time, Jason, I hope you don't use that costume as your thumbnail. I'm telling you.
But do it. I want my channel to grow organically, and I don't think that's the audience that I want. They can go to Mix for that.
Miss Pattay.
I'm just saying that if you do use that as your thumbnail, you'll probably get a few million views on it.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, do what?
I'm working on your decal, but maybe it should just be you in that French maid outfit over a mower. But Mick, I am hoping at some point to maybe go like a past administration to like superintendent. That really won't help my career. So I have to think.
It might do something to Jason's career, but I'm not saying if it's good or bad.
That boy has moves.
Oh, we're here.
You're a good dancer. Good job.
Roy.
Hello there, Riley boy.
Hi,
Oh, I say hi.
You all right?
Hi,
Very cute.
Hey, buddy.
Do dance, do dance.
Hey, buddy.
Whoa.
He's scarred for life. Jace, you scarred him.
Oh, tell you what.
He's halfway
I'll
there.
tell you what, Jason,
He's good to go.
He's got better moves than you.
Jason scars most people that he meets for the first time. He's family now.
I gotta run, y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too.
See y'all later.
I'll talk to everybody later. I got to get ready for my live at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully, we catch everybody there.
Yeah.
All right, later on.
Yeah, I'll have to go very shortly and all. I've got to sort out some lunch.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We'll wrap up this live because
I'm gonna make some breakfast for this handsome guy.
Now I have to get dressed up for real. So listen. So
Can
next
you rephrase that about a
I'll
handsome
make
guy?
another video during the week. If you want to participate in next week's live on the panel, you have to have something funky on. Doesn't funky?
Whatever
sexy,
your version of fun is.
You know.
Oh, Jason,
we typically don't
I'm
wear
going.
everything in public.
I'm going shopping right now.
That's his excuse to just dig out stuff from the closet that he used to wear from his past life. So this should be fun. I don't care if it's a stupid hat, sunglasses, something different that you don't have on our lives. At least
Wait a minute.
you guys a week to just.
And don't go crazy.
Yeah, don't go spend a lot. Just rummage through something, you know.
Wait a minute. I don't have time to grow a beard. Oh, hang on. That's not a beard.
Aw. And Nick, you're going on today. What time, friend?
I will be 10 o'clock. Oh, sorry, 6 o'clock tonight. So it's currently 1:30 in the afternoon here now.
Okay.
4 hours.
We got some time. Well, gentlemen and family that's been watching,
Yes.
thank you so much. You've been so fun. Be safe and well out there. We appreciate you so very much. And thank you so much to all our friends that have been with us today. Thank you. We love you. And until the next time,
Later.
Did I?
Bye,
I'm
bye,
still
boys.
alive.
Bye,
Bye,
Riley.
Riley.
Bye, Riley.